Hi everyone, my name is Roxanne Stranzer and I read an article on 1-minute fluency measures. The agenda for today is to go over the goals, definition of fluency, instruction, 1-minute tests, the pros and cons, other methods of fluency assessment, and have a reflection and conclusion. So in this article, it really talks about the pros and cons of a 1-minute reading assessment, such as FAST. Today, I hope you'll be able to understand the pros and cons of a 1-minute fluency test, and that you will also have other ideas and tools for measuring fluency in your classroom. I thought that this was an interesting topic because we've talked a lot about different types of assessment, especially FAST, and it's interesting to see the pros and cons and what this article had to bring. Before we begin, I'd like to talk a little bit about what is fluency. Fluency is freedom from word identification problems that may impact comprehension. A reader reads smoothly, without hesitation, and with comprehension. It consists of 4 components: accuracy, rate of speed, prosody, and comprehension. So the difference between surface and deep fluency is that surface fluency focuses on the reading rate of the reader, the number of words read correctly per minute. Deep fluency, on the other hand, focuses more on prosody, accuracy, comprehension, and the speed of oral reading. All components of deep fluency are connected. So instruction for deeper fluency. Rather than relying on the expectation of the more a student reads, the faster they will achieve fluency, it is important to include specific instruction towards students' achievement of fluency. To work towards deep fluency with students, there are many different instructional approaches that can be incorporated into your fluency instruction. In the classroom, teachers can continue to work on phonemic awareness and phonics. If students have not mastered this task, they will struggle to move on to large concepts that will help build deeper fluency. Another way to foster deep fluency in the classroom is to teach high-frequency words and vocabulary words. Some instructional practices that could be taken place to create a balance between surface and deep fluency would be drawing an emphasis on level independent reading texts, supporting reading with struggling readers, having repeated readings, and oral reading with prosody, with, of course, the strategies in mind. 1-minute fluency assessment, such as FAST, measures the student's correct words per minute by reading a text in 1 minute. I'd like you to pause and ponder. Think about what kinds of pros and cons there would be with a 1-minute assessment. So the pros of 1-minute fluency. A 1-minute measure can help us identify students who cannot read accurately and quickly. This is very useful information for instruction. It also uses grade level text, it's less time consuming, and it's easier data to collect. So some of the cons of a 1-minute assessment is that a 1-minute assessment may not show how a student can read over a longer period of time. Their focus and attention is all for that 1 minute, but over time they may not have the endurance to continue at that speed. You don't get all the information needed in that 1 minute, and it doesn't measure the comprehension of the whole text. Now think about what you pondered before and see if it compares to what pros and cons that I just mentioned right now. Here's a graph that shows the accuracy and rate and what happens after reading more than 1 minute. As you can see, the accuracy and rate is going down in each of these students. Okay, and this is after reading for more than 1 minute. So getting the most of a 1-minute fluency test and having other assessments. You may be thinking, oh, great, so the 1-minute assessment I've been doing isn't very good to do. Well, actually, it does give you some sort of measurement, but you can also do these other things to help you out. To gain information about endurance, the teacher could have the student read the entire page or the passage. The teacher can place a slash in their copy next to the student's 1-minute marker. That way the teacher has a reliable rate for 1 minute as per the assessment requirements and obtain the overall rate for the passage to assess endurance. You can also write the miscues and words said incorrectly instead of marking them off. with just saying, oh, they got them wrong. Instead, write out the word. That way you can see what kind of phonics and what kind of miscues that they have. You can also use 1-minute fluency assessment, but incorporate other assessments such as QRIs and running records. You can also evaluate their fluency using an oral fluency scale, which is up here. I like to use this when I'm asking my students to read out loud to me the books that they're interested in to really see what kind of fluency level they are at. So this is more of an informal thing that you can do. I'd like you to pause and ponder. What ideas will you use along with your 1-minute fluency measure? I'd like you to write in the comments below. And here's a good conclusion that the article brought. 1-minute accuracy and rate measures are reliable when used for their stated purpose, identifying which students may struggle with reading. However, because they are called fluency measures, they can lead astray our understanding of struggling readers at reading fluently. Fluency is more than accuracy and rate. Improving fluency begins with understanding disfluency, which can begin with 1-minute measures, but must extend to deeper fluency assessments. So it might just measure the surface fluency, but it won't go more into the deeper fluency. So make sure that you're doing a mixture of both. Here are my citations, and I really hope you enjoyed my presentation. Feel free to comment with any questions and write down what you've learned. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed it.